What is up, everyone? So I decided to make this video on teaching you guys how to push chapters. Now, not everyone knows how to push chapters, even though like we're pretty late into this game and we're not even sure if this game's gonna last another year, but still that doesn't mean I can't teach people how to play this game. So what you want to do is push as far as you can in chapters. And why you want to do that? Because the farther you are, then the more rewards you unlock and the better item rewards you get, right? The more rewards you get, stronger you are, harder you push, gets you more rewards, stronger you are, push more rewards, blah blah blah, right? This is kind of the things where the strong gets stronger and the rich gets richer, okay? So you want to push as far as you can, and also the farther you are, you get to unlock certain stuff, right? Like for example, you get T2 engravings and you get T1 engravings, right? But those don't unlock until you reach a certain chapter. Also, you don't get access to Path of Trial rewards. For example, all 10 of these rewards don't show up until you reach a certain point, and you don't have access to discounts from the shop. You might not have 40% discounts from whatever, right? Like whatever these are or whatever these are, whatever. Some of the rewards don't show up and some of them don't have discounts until you reach a certain point. Okay, so now, how do I push these chapters? You want to use this team right here. Now, I do know that a lot of people think Mad Ryu is really, really good. I think he's really, really bad. Okay, I get it in the beginning. He's pretty good because you have no one else better, all right? And he machine guns everyone, right? But eventually he's gonna fall off, and you're gonna realize that he doesn't really do a lot of damage, right? Watch this. Right, all right. I've shown you my interrupt tier list, right? So you're basically gonna want to do this and interrupt, right? And when blah blah blah, interrupt. Okay, do your metric sure you can, and wow, where's the there's no damage. There is no damage actually, right? All right, and you have to kill 4 of them. Wait, am I gonna kill one? No, that was a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage, but that didn't really do anything. Here, I need a free meter. Let's try this again. Okay, this is no damage. That's fine. That's fine. No, okay. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. All right. He's not doing damage. Okay. What you want to do is use a Ryu unit. Okay, like Guile. Guile's pretty good. Okay. Or Dalsum, or Fire Adon, or Viscon Vega, or Leo, or Chief Viper. Anyone really, right? Okay. Just not Mad Ryu. He sucks. Okay. So I'm gonna show you Guile. Okay. Guile's a normal unit. It's pretty easy to level up. Pretty easy to build. Right. All you gotta do is give him FS30 and 6 cars. Everyone I mentioned here needs, every DPS I mentioned here needs FS30 and 6 cars, right? Street Poison doesn't need any of that. Okay. Beast Zangief doesn't need 6 car, doesn't need FS30. I would say you don't need any of that, right? But I mean, it helps a lot, right? Bison doesn't need any of that, right? Like at a minimum, they all really don't need any of that, right? But it helps a lot if they do. Okay. But for sure, the DPS, like Guile, he needs that. Okay. You want to do damage. Okay. So why is Guile good? Number one, he does physical damage, right? So when you do physical damage, you fighting against a Zangief doesn't hurt you as much because he takes less damage if it's like fire or inferno, whatever. Okay, I missed the interrupt, so I'm gonna try again. Right now, this will happen a lot, right? Especially when you get later in the game, right? You're gonna miss a lot of interrupts and you have to restart it. That's the way it goes, right? That's how this game works. Did I miss that one? I can't tell. I did not. Guile. Come on, Guile. Flash kick. Look at that. Look at that damage. Look at that AoE damage. Okay, that's a lot of damage there. Okay, Dalsum's almost dead, right? Watch this. Hold on. Not done yet. Not done yet, Dalsum. Flash kick. Look how much damage that is. Can I clear this? I might be able to clear this at this rate. Flash kick. Let's get free meter here. Just so I can interrupt. Oh, I failed the fight. I failed. Oh, Guile's dead. Either way, I failed. But as you can see, Guile can clear this. All right, Guile can clear this. Okay, and this is why I think Guile is really, really good. Okay, so I have a page here. Okay, that shows what team you should make to get as far as possible. And I say this team right here is the default team that you should be using because this team is just basically good. It's basically good. Not really, really good. Basically good. You can always upgrade this team. Right? For example, you can swap the Bisons out. Okay? You can swap the Udit out. Right? Dalsum's really good. You can use Leo. Okay? Leo's better than Dalsum. I think Dalsum's probably better than Leo. Leo's easier to use. Chief Viper is insanely strong. Okay? I would say Chief Viper is like Vega tier. Okay? Vega's really good too, right? Vega's really good, right? So you can always upgrade this team, but if you're free to play, I get it, okay? Then you gotta stick with what you have, right? And just use something like basically like this, right? And then eventually when you hit chapter 36, 24, chapter 36, stage 24, you're going to run into 2 teams, right? You have to use 2 teams, like how I have to use 5 teams, right? And then after you complete that team, you got to do a single team, and then another double team, and then single team, and then another double team, right? So basically every 4 stages, you run into multi-team fights, okay? And eventually you're going to turn into 3-team fights, and then 4-team fights, and then like me, 5-team fights, okay? But let's take this one step at a time, okay? You completed your single team fights, and now you're on 36, 24, and you need to make a second team. What do you do, right? For me, I had Dalsum. So I had Dalsum and I had a Hana Interrupt, and I forgot who I used. I think I used Chun-Li for meter, and basically I used another tank, right? I didn't have Overlord Bison at that time, so I used like a Zangief or something. It doesn't really matter, right? So because Dalsum can take out anyone, this is the team I used, right? Eventually I graduated out of this team and I used Nero because Nero always interrupts, but we can't upgrade, right? Because we're free to play here, okay? So let's just say you don't want to use this team because this is kind of an old team now. I don't really use this anymore. Instead, you have Fire Adon, right? Fire Adon's really, really good, right? So eventually, I started using this team right here. I used an A Rich Honda with an Abel and a Fire Adon. Fire Adon is insanely strong, and Rich Honda is like perfect interrupts, right? As long as they're in your face, perfect interrupt, right? So he's kind of like normal Hana Interrupt, except way better because he gives you meter and his interrupts are guaranteed, okay? So this team right here, pretty simple, right? This is my team B, really, right? But you can upgrade this team if you want by putting in this and doing this, and then you have a brain dead team. This is basically my upgraded brain dead team. And what do I mean by that? This can be my team. This could be my A team. Right? If I had only one team to clear stages with, it'd probably be this team because it's so easy. I don't have to think. Watch this. I don't have to think. Watch this. Okay, where is this team? It is this team right here. Watch this. Okay. Wait, hold on. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter if it's Donatello, it doesn't matter Abel, right? Watch this. I'm just gonna Super, C1, C2, C3, okay? And then they lose their meter, okay? I eat some pizza, doesn't matter, okay? I get some meter, and I keep burning them, okay? And I drain their meter, I get some shields, I get some meter, and I keep burning them. So basically, this is basically what you do, right? And then you drain their meter, right? So you see what's going on here. Okay, this is pretty mindless. Okay, eventually they all die, and you move on. Okay, so that's why I call this team brainless, because you don't have to think, you don't have to time anything, you don't have to interrupt. They just die, and you just mash buttons. Okay, that's my team too. Oh yeah, by the way, if you ever run into a Bison, okay, for example, if you're using the team Guile here, right, and you run into a Bison, right, you might die because he's pops and you die, right? You can always swap out Street Poison for Abel, and you time your shields right. Then, if you time your C1 right, then you're able to survive the Bison. Or you can use Zangief, and hopefully slap him with his 6 cards, and take his passive away. But I don't think if SCA has that. So you could always use Evil Ryu, but if you don't have Evil Ryu, you can always use Viper. Viper sometimes can dodge can hit the guy in the back and hopefully avoid Bison. But if you can't, you can always use an EX move to protect yourself from dying, right? I forgot which EX move that was, right? But it lets you so that your health doesn't go below a certain percentage. You can always use that. There's many ways to get around Bison, okay? So he's not really a problem, okay? But the only problems I think are actually in this game for chapters is like if you run into like a Blanca or like an Adon and they counterattack and you die, then you just gotta restart. You can't get around that. You just gotta restart, right? But I don't think that's too bad. It's just kind of like random that you might die, but whatever, right? So. Okay, back to this. Let's say you move on to team 3 now. You're on 3 teams now. 3 teams, okay? And you're like, oh man, I'm running out of options here, right? I'm free to play. Okay, I'm using this team right here. All right, and I need to make 3 teams. So what do I do? Well, you can always Merca Vega. Okay, Merca Vega, because we all know how strong Vega is. Vega is like stupid strong, right? Whatever tank, right? Here's your meter gain, doesn't matter, right? Whatever, right? Vega just cuts anyone. All right, ignores immunity, does 1,000,000 damage, right? And they just die. Okay? Just Merc a Vega, okay? And like, you only need to use this Merc like twice a week anyways, right? Because how often are you actually clearing stages, right? So basically this gets you through like 2 multi-stages, which is like 8 stages. So it's not that bad, right? Just Merc a Vega, okay? And then eventually you run to 4 teams. You're like, okay, well, this is getting kind of annoying, right? I really don't like playing this anymore. 4 teams? 3 was already annoying, right? Like 4 now? Okay, it's not that bad. Okay. You still have You still have Dalsum, okay? So put that interrupter there. You just plenty plenty of interrupters in the game, right? It doesn't need to be on Vega. Vega can have anyone on his team, right? As long as you do a full combo, they're dead, okay? You know Vega's strong, okay? I don't even have to explain why Vega is strong, okay? So, I'm still back to my original team here, okay? He's just my least used team now, okay? That's my fourth team. And we know Dalsum can clear anything, because Dalsum is that strong, okay? My previous video showed you how strong Dalsum is, so you don't have to see me playing Dalsum now, okay? And then you get to the fifth team, and you're running out of units here. You have no units left. You're free to play. Like, what do I do, right? Well, I mean, if you're playing for this long, ideally you should have something built. You should have something saved, right? Probably have an Overlord Bison built, okay? He's probably one of your tanks on these teams, right? He's probably somewhere here, okay? He doesn't need to be there, okay? Because he can be here on Team Immortal. Now, hopefully you have a Michelangelo. I get not everyone has him because he came out a while ago, like 2 years ago, I think. So, a year and a half ago. Either way, if you don't have them, I think you can use Goken, right? I mean, just find some way to make these two teams work where you're one other guy here and your other guy on the other side just does not die, okay? Make sure only, like, because Bisons are in the front, they're getting hit, all right? Make sure the guy in the back doesn't get hit, okay? And this can be your team here, okay? This is your team Immortal, okay? And that team should be able to clear anything other than a team with a healer. Anything other than a team with a healer. Because Bison can do a lot of damage, but he can't do enough damage to out-heal their damage, okay? If you run into a healer, you might need an interrupter. Like Zangief or, Honda or Rich Honda or Nero. Someone, right? You have plenty of interrupters, okay? So, in general, these are 5 teams. The only problem is you might not have enough DPS, right? The biggest problem when running into a game where you're like power capped and you're barely struggling to like even press fight is that you might not have enough damage, right? Like time runs out and that's when you have to figure out like, okay, who should I put where, right? Like, oh, I have Leo should go there, Dalsum should go there, right? But in general, I mean, that's a good problem to have, right? Because that means you're really as far as you can go, right? And you're just trying to figure out the puzzle of completing the game, which I think is kind of fun, okay? So, you're here now. And you're trying to upgrade these teams. You're trying to upgrade these teams, right? Because you're no longer free to play now, right? Let's just say you like this game so much you started. You want to spend some money, right? So, I mean, for me, it'd be like this, right? Where's my job? Like that. This is like that. With this. Rich Honda is I don't even use him anymore. I don't even use Dalsum anymore. It's like this, with this, and like that. I don't even know who's on this side. I forgot who it was, right? Whatever, right? But basically, this is like my pay to win, right? I mean, this pretty much clears pretty much everything because Feral Sagat, like you've seen my previous videos, he one shots an entire team pretty much, right? Vega, you know how strong Vega is. Fire Adon, I just showed you, he just blindly clears the stage, right? I'm gonna show you Chief Viper in a bit, okay? Chief Viper's insane, okay? And Team Immortal is pretty much unstoppable, okay? Now, the way I do this, okay, if you look at my teams, right, is what we call load balance, right? What does that mean is that we, first we split the DPS evenly, right? So that each one can, like, each one can clear a stage. And then I figure out which teams need to go where. Because some teams are a lot harder to kill. For example, teams 3 and 5 here have Zangief, Sagat, and Elena. Super tanky, and they heal a lot. Basically impossible to kill, right, if Elena heals off. So I basically put the strongest teams on those sides, right? Now, it's not shown here yet, but I'll show you in a bit how I do it, okay? I'm going to clear these stages, but I'm not going to clear it. I'm going to quit before. Because once I clear these stages and go to the next stage, right, the power gap is going to be so high I can't press start. I don't want that to happen, okay? So basically, I'm going to stay on this stage forever. It took me like 6 months to even be able to press start, fight on this match, because I was so power underleveled, okay? So, basically, I put my 2 strongest teams on these and my 3 weakest teams on 1, 2, and 4. Okay, because I want to make sure that my teams can actually clear it when I get there. It really sucks when you clear the first 4 teams and then you go to the 5th team and you're like, hey, I can't actually clear this. And then you just waste all your time and you have to restart and refigure things out. Okay, so when you're on 2 teams, it's pretty easy. When you're on 3 teams, it's easy. But when you're on 4 and 5, you're like, oh man, I gotta figure this out. Whatever, right? I'm here to try to help. I'm here to show you like what I think are like the easiest combinations, right? That's manageable. Okay. Now you can always use like, SS units, like if you have like, I don't know, Oni, Trendy Akuma, whatever units, right? I don't have those units, right? But I know they're strong, right? Because in those elemental towers, I know how strong they are, right? They're better than like Guile. Are they better than Team Immortal? Probably not. Are they better than Feral Sagat? Probably not. Are they better than Vega? Probably not. Actually, no, these teams are the best. These teams probably are the best. Never mind. Forget what I said. These teams are the best, okay? Use these teams if you can't use these teams, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys now how I'm gonna clear 47-4, okay? And look at my power level. I'm at 17-7-4, right? If I even remove an assist, I can't even start the fight. Okay, that's how weak I am. And okay, so basically I'm like near minimum power level to hit start on these fights, right? And that's on each of these fights, right? Well, maybe not this one because this team's pretty strong, right? Either way, that's on each of these fights, right? And like each of these fights have different minimum power level requirements, which is really annoying, right? Some of them require 1700, some of them require 1655. So like this is really annoying to start. But I will show you guys how I clear this stage, okay? Okay, we're running the first team here with Vega. Yes, I know. First team Vega, I know. But let's see here. All right, poison, do your dance, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Vega, let's start cutting things. Man, that's a lot of damage. That's actually a lot of damage. Cut him! Cut him! Cut him! Look at that. It's over. It's pretty much over here. Okay, that's team 1. All right, now let's move on to team 2 here. All right, we're on team 2 now. Now we're using Chief Viper here, okay? Chief Viper. Okay, you guys are going to see the power of Chief Viper now. Okay, watch this. All right, whatever. Activate this. Activate this. Activate this. That's a lot of damage for some reason. Why did they get so much meter from? I don't even know where we get that meter from. I don't know what happened, guys. I don't know what happened. Wait a second. Just die. Okay, this shield's really annoying. Just die. There we go. Okay, so we ran into the bug where the enemy got a free super. I know it happens sometimes. All right, but whatever, right? Chief Viper was able to pull through it. We're on team 3 now. Let's see if we can do this on the third team. This is gonna be a tough one. Whatever. I should probably interrupt that. You know what? I'm gonna do this again, except I'm gonna go for the interrupt. I think the interrupt's more important. Let's try this again. Oh, we got the interrupt. Boom! I did a lot of damage. Didn't kill though, but whatever, it's fine. I might go for another. Oh, unless I'm dead. Nope. We're good. Interrupt number 2. Hell yeah! Look at this. Boom! Let's do this again. Boom! Okay, Sagat's kind of living for some reason. I don't like it when he lives. Elena's dead. Sagat interrupt. Oh, we can interrupt 3 times. Look. Jeez. Okay, it's too easy. It's too easy. All right, team 4 now. We got Team Immortal because why not, right? This team is just really good. So the only problem is if they start healing, and I know they can kind of heal, so I gotta be really careful here and make sure that I out DPS their heals. But other than that, it shouldn't be a problem. But we'll see though, right? Okay. Yeah, there we go. Eat some damage. Ooh, that kind of hurt. Michelangelo has 25 breakdown stacks. He can't really die here, so I don't like being silenced. All right, Bison's just wrecking all kinds of havoc here. Oh, I hate it when I lose a C3. That's a lot of damage I missed. Give me a C3. There we go. Boom! Big damage. All right, I have 30 seconds to kill DJ. No problem. I think I got this. Boom! All right, easy, right? Easy. That's team 4, right? Now we're on to the brain dead team 5, right? Like, I don't care how good that other team is. You guys already saw, right? I don't even have to try on this team, right? I just one-handed. Oh, okay, whatever, right? Super, Z1, Super, C3, I'm done. Alright, I'm pretty much done, right? I gotta just rinse, lather, and repeat, right? Eat some pizza while I'm at it. Okay, here we go. Right? They can't heal, they can't super, they can't do anything, right? Sagat's passive, don't care. Zenga's passive, don't care. What kind of passive they have? It doesn't matter, right? So like now they're all slowly burning and dying. Ooh, what just hit me here? Whoa, 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 whoa. Was that like a poison assist or something? I didn't even see what that was. Whoa, calm down there, buddy. Whoa, they got a super off. Oh no. Are they healing? Are they healing? I don't want them to heal. Just burn already. Okay, here we go. Okay. Alright. I can't tell what's going on. I actually can't tell what's going on. Are they dead? Are they dead? Wait, hold up. Whoa. Is that one guy? It looks like one guy left. Yeah, it looks like one guy left. All right, so I pretty much cleared this stage. Okay, I'm not gonna finish this stage because if I do, then I pretty much can't play for another half a year, and I don't want that to happen. So pretty much, I've just completed all 5 stages. All right, and it wasn't easy. All right, but you know it's kind of fun, right? It's kind of annoying though. But I mean, I could use like, I cannot even use a free-to-play team against these 5 because I won't even be able to start the fight, and that's the problem here, right? So I do have some strong units. It did help me clear some of these stages, but I mean, if I didn't have these strong units, I can't hit start. That's the problem, right? So this is normally how you gotta play to complete 2 chapters. Some is a little more annoying than others, but just use this Brain Dead team. Just use Team Brain Dead, all right, and you're good, right? Or use Team Immortal, or use a Viscon Vega, all right? Or use a Leo, or use some. You have so many choices to clear through this game, right? The only problem in this game is if you can't press start, right? That's the only problem. Like this right here. Like right here. I'm on stage 814. I can't press start. I can't press start. No matter. It will be like probably like a year before I press start. I don't know if the game will even be around before I press start, right? And you don't want to be in this situation, right? Because it's really, really annoying to not be able to play this game, okay? But at least if you're at that spot, then you know you're at the end game. All right, and that's all that matters. All right. Well, I hope you guys learned something. I'll see you guys later.